everybody. Welcome to Near Dark Society, Death Attack episode, whatever fucking episode it is.
86!
86. I just want to let you know that Javi over here, not bard enough to fuck this dragon tonight.
He's not even a bard.
Exactly. That's the point.
He's not bard enough.
And also,
He's not bard.
I hate bards that constantly try to fuck
I
dragons.
don't want to fight him. I can't move my token.
You can't move your token? Oh, you know what? It's because it's a new map, and I gotta give you access.
Oh, looks like Chad's you again.
Back to you, Chad.
You got anything to talk
Apparently,
about?
I'm gonna fuck the
before-
dragon,
No one's fucking the dragon.
and that's how I'm getting my powers.
No
my
one is
draconic
fucking the
powers.
dragon. No.
Draconic powers through
The vampire dragon.
vampire dragon through intercourse because it's a vampire. So it's required to be central.
what's
It's
the-
gonna penetrate you twice.
It fucks you once a... Well, yes, that. But it fucks you once a month.
Once bitten, twice. Oh no, it's only once fucked.
Going for the
Twice bitten,
Also has
once
two dicks.
fucked.
Does this dragon have two dicks?
No, he's twice bitten, once fucked.
This
Twice
dragon does
bitten.
not have to.
No,
Actually,
I'm
it's
once
twice.
bitten, twice fucked.
Thrice bitten, once fucked. That you're really getting the shitty end of the deal on this.
Are you
Twice fucked by this
are you going
dragon.
for the?
Because
the
not only is it a
juicy?
dragon, it's a vampire.
Who wants
Well,
to
you-
control Chad's character?
You got... Like,
I do it usually.
yeah, she does. I don't have a tablet. Speaking of tablets, though...
Are you
this
guys
has
glad you
something-
came? It's Easter. You should
Yes.
be thinking pure thoughts or something
Thank-
right now.
Thanks,
Speaking of
thanks,
which,
Fuse,
apparently
thanks, Rain,
I'm
for
gonna be
showing
king.
up.
With the vampire
And
dragon.
Enid dragons. Oh god, I probably butchered that.
I need dragons.
I'm really fucking tired, dude. I'm so tired
I
right now.
butchered it and need dragons.
Are you guys gonna be able to do this? Like,
I sat down tonight. I was like, guys, I'm probably not gonna be much help because I just can't even fucking think straight.
well,
We came here
But
to
thanks for
fight a
joining
dragon.
Enid dragons.
Yes. Your name, Enid Dragons. Enid Dragons.
I came.
That's nice.
well, as
Fire dragon.
I glad you came
Oh
to
wow,
the
getting
table.
straight into it.
well, he did sort of transform in front of you, explode the roof of the tower, and now you guys are all
Yeah,
standing.
no, I was just thinking like we couldn't ease into this.
No,
Just
this is
take it easy
this
tonight.
is
No,
definitely
this is a rough.
this is not a night to be eased into anything.
Oh, okay. This
Oh,
is a death
he's just
attack.
he's
It's that type of night, huh? My goodness.
Ready to save, traveler.
Do you feel?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start off the night
Do you feel?
I would be
with
saying some questionable things tonight. I already know, and making questionable actions.
with some initiative rolls.
Dog, I don't do initiative rules. I just go first.
Somebody out there wanna fucking
Ah.
Uber me a coffee? That'd be great. Rain, I know you're there. I'll send you my address.
There's somewhere out there,
24.
close by, they could go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Wait.
Give this woman a
26,
coffee.
because my initiative was.
Oh my god,
No,
are
25.
you kidding me?
What'd you get?
She got a
I
20.
don't think I can play tonight, dude.
She got a 20.
Natural 20. No, it's a 1.
It's a one?
So that makes it's an
And
8.
that wasn't
I'm
the
at
screen
I
still
got
an 8.
25, not 20.
That wasn't the
Fuller?
screen die either.
12.
I got a 9.
You were correct. That wasn't the screen die. That was my
What'd you get?
backup. I'm gonna try.
Javi.
9.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I got the natural one out for the night. We'll just keep.
Okay. So we start off the fight
With the
with
dragon.
Lavender. You just watched Aarmand transform into his massive figure, gargantuan in size. You see this huge obsidian-scaled dragon, pulsing red energy crackling through its the segments of its armor. You can see this vile, almost acidic-looking blood dripping from its lower jaw as it places one large claw forward. The next one, and lets off this horrific screech that can be probably heard for miles.
Are we? I'm like, whoever's next to me, I don't know where I'm at on the map. But,
That's the situation.
Oh, that's the situation.
That's the situation.
This whole situation is a situation.
Falner would be the closest. It looks like.
I'm just gonna be like, are we really fighting this? And I'm gonna hold action.
You're like, I'm not moving. You're the dude of the Elden Ring boss fight. It's like, you guys go at him. I'll sit
You got this. No, I'm the what's
You're
the
Patches.
like? Yeah, I'm Patches.
You're Patches.
I'm Patches. Dude, every time fight. I get hit once.
God
See
damn
ya.
it, Patches!
I killed him. Does he stay dead?
Yes.
Yeah, if you killed him, he stays dead.
I wish I never killed him.
You're not supposed to kill him. All right,
Kill Patches.
Fulner, you're up.
He had some cool stuff.
Am I up already?
Yeah, everyone rolled horrible,
Same.
including the dragon.
Same. Alright, so then I will use Giant Smite.
Giant smite, yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and go full giant
I'm gonna use Margarita.
with enlarge.
So you watch as Fulner slams his foot on the ground as his body begins to grow in size. You see him look. You watch as the dragon's eye, almost reptilian, in a predatorial fashion, just locks over and just stares at Fulner. Definitely tell that there is a mutual hatred between dragon and giant. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Legic.
Cold action.
All right.
What did you just do?
Dragon's turn.
You went giant.
I'm as big as I can be.
He's pretty far from me if I move. I would just
All right. So, I forgot to do this earlier, so we're gonna go ahead and do it now, just on his turn. His pure presence just in front of you. I'm gonna need a Wisdom saving throw from everyone. It is for being frightened, so if you have any advantages on that.
11.
It's,
11?
You said wisdom.
Yes. What?
29.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
19.
So everyone failed but Lavende. You guys are all frightened for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turn to sort of try to shrug off this. But he is absolutely terrifying. You guys are quite literally, besides for Lavende, shaking. Even you, Fulner, you are grabbing onto your weapon and you can feel your hands just vibrating while holding onto your weapon. You've never fought anything on this scale, at this size, and you can feel its power just radiating from its form. At this point, you watch as his head brings its neck up in the sky, and you watch as this ball of just red fluid begins to funnel out of its throat and drip down. And as it brings its head down in this serpentine-like fashion, you see this massive, just 60-foot cone just explode from its mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and need a dexterity saving throw from everyone.
Except me.
I'm just kidding.
18.
Also 18.
7.
13.
Everyone fails. Okay, so that is going to be 18d6 of necrotic damage.
Fails everything.
Is this considered a element attack?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Uncanny dodge.
Ooh.
Very smart, Gritty. That is going to be 74 points of damage as the breath attack just blasts through. You guys get absolutely engulfed in this burning red liquid. As it rushes by your body, you have to
I
almost...
Put the number in, right? Hit damage.
Let him do it how he wants to do it.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead and roll for his recharge.
Well, first
Okay.
attack. Huh, great.
Yeah, I'm
And
almost good already.
that is going to be his turn.
So, how do we get here?
He didn't even
we just
move.
have to fly here.
We walked through some.
Should we walk back?
Jez, you are up. As you guys can look around in your surroundings, you watched as he has grown. The exterior barrier of the tower, large, massive vines with these black roots have started to curl over the edge of the tower. Thorns and these strange flowers seem to be blooming off the sides of these thorny growths around the area. The stairwell that would take you down into the tower has been completely engulfed in these thorns. You would have to hack your way through or find a way to remove them in order to pass. You're quite frankly up here stuck with this thing. Unless you decide to flee, try to fly, you can definitely see that Lady Elena is basically standing there and is still casting the ritual over the sarcophagus as well. It is your turn, Jez.
Where is she? She's not on the map.
I didn't have a token for her, but essentially she's not going to be moving. She's going to be standing right there at the sarcophagus, at the top of it, where the head is. As you do look towards her, she does seem to have this... seems to be some sort of magical shell that's around her.
Well, I'm going to cast Counterspell on her.
Okay. What level are you casting it?
What level is she casting it?
I'd say for this is a 4th level spell.
Okay. 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay. Alright, so she only rolled a, so that'd be a 14. She rolled a 14.
13. Okay, so 18.
But is that what she had to get, was 18?
That's why I rolled.
Or was it
18.
you rolling or she rolling?
Make an ability check using your ability spellcast. That's me. I rolled an 18. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On success, the creature's spell fails and has no effect.
Oh, so if you rolled an 18, then you got it, because it would have been 14, would have been the check. So you're good. Never mind. She didn't need to roll, it was just you.
4th level higher, the interrupted spell has no effect if its level is less than or equal to the level of the spell slot you used. Yeah, okay.
Alright, so you watch as that barrier around her drops.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Can I move?
Did you hold action?
I did.
Then you can decide to take your turn right now.
Lavende held action too, right?
I did.
Light her ass. Ugh.
Is that what you want to do?
I can't really do much to her right now, but I just wanted to move. Yeah.
So you're gonna be taking an action then. So that means you won't get to have an action again until after Jez's next turn. You're replacing your initiative order.
What was the point of holding action? I will never hold action again.
It's not a way to get half your turn 1 point, half your turn another point. It's you basically are deciding when your initiative is going to be in the order. That's what holding action is meant to
And
do.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, that would bring us back up to Lavende.
I am going to, because I see the barrier drop from Lady Elena.
Yeah.
I'm going to use hidden paths to I don't know where she is compared to us on the map.
She's in front of the sarcophagus. I just don't have a token for her.
So is she 60?
She's like right around here.
Okay, so she's within 60 feet.
Look at the squares. I don't have a map in front of me.
She'd be like right around. It's vague, but she's here somewhere.
Okay. So yeah, that would definitely be within at least 60 feet.
Okay.
So I'm literally teleporting up on her, and
Alright.
then using Guardian of Nature to turn into the primal beast. I don't know if I can try to use an attack or like a grapple action.
You want to grab her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's athletics check if you're gonna try to grab her.
Since I roll all strength, since I'm in that form with all strength-based stuff as an advantage. So you said it's athletics?
Yep.
So that would be 17.
You beat her.
So I'm like holding on to her.
So you manage to grab her. You can see that the spell that she's working on drops as you kind of grab onto her. The spell sort of fades. The lights emitting up from underneath the sarcophagus begin to dim. You watch as Aarmand absolutely roars in defiance to your action. Are you ending your turn?
Yeah, that would be my.
He's going to use a legendary action then to attack you. All right.
This is top of the round.
Yeah.
So he's going to make a single tail attack on you. All right. It is going to be a 14 plus 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
That's a long ass tail.
He's probably gonna kill me too.
So that will be.
Good thing we came up with a contingency plan in the other chat without Quentin in it.
All right, so that'll be 6 plus 8 damage. As you watch as the tail comes up and boom slams down onto him. Go ahead and give me another athletics check.
16.
Okay. You're still holding on to her. Faulkner, you're up.
Alright, 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. Get right there with a dash action. And that's all I can really do.
All right, so you're just gonna dash forward.
Yeah.
Did you dash towards the dragon?
Oh yeah,
You're
that's right.
frightened. You
do
can't
that.
move towards him.
Can I try to break that?
If you end your turn, you can't get to try to break it on the end of your turn.
What is it? again?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
It sucks that that dragon can hit us, but I have to move so far just to get to him.
I'm at 5 HP already.
He's got a long ass fucking tail.
12.
You still got amulet?
12?
Or the ring I gave you for when you drink
You can't stomach your fear.
I don't think I
You're
can
looking
break
at this
that.
dragon. You watch as it's starting to almost prowl back and forth. You watch as the tail smash comes down, damn near crushing Lavende. Thankfully, he was able to back up just enough to avoid getting completely smashed. Is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah, it had to be because I couldn't do that.
Okay.
End of my turn.
Legend.
Fuck.
I wish I didn't waste my other turn. I'm gonna move.
You're gonna move? Are you moving towards the dragon?
Towards what's her face?
If that's towards the dragon, you can't move towards that direction
Until you break your fear.
until you break your fear.
Which is the end of your turn. So if you roll that, that's the end of your turn. So if you have any action or bonus action, do it now.
I can't because I'm not near anything. So I have to do this. Which I will have to get a natural 20 to break this.
What's your wisdom modifier?
1.
Same.
I got 14. Yeah.
Well, you guys found your weakness. This is a.
That's not my weakness. Intellect is my weakness.
So, both of your heavy hitter melees, you guys can tell are just petrified. You can tell it's running through their mind. They're not even understanding how they're supposed to attack this thing, let alone beat it. It is now Aarmand's turn.
We're in a bad position.
Yeah. I'm dying this turn.
This is grim. This is so grim. I don't like this.
That's only the second round.
And you took most of my HP in the first hit.
Oh, I got to roll for recharge. 4. Okay, no recharge.
At least I have my concept ready for next character.
One's like, let's get the campaign over with.
I'm just making sure. Oh, okay. All right.
We should have listened to Jazz. We should have ran. We're crazy.
All right, so he is going to attack. You're still holding on to the Elena, so he's going to attack you. He's going to use all 3 of his attacks, which is going to
then
be...
he's definitely going to kill me. I don't even think he should roll at that point.
3 attacks. So he's going to take 1 bite and 2 claws.
To who?
Bite is going to be 11 plus 14.
Yeah, it's...
Okay. Claws. 4 plus 14, 18. And then...
I literally have 5 HP. This is going to kill me no matter what.
Right. You're at 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Shit. He's got a unique bite. Okay, I'll roll that damage first. I won't.
Say so. It's a dragon vampire.
All right.
Oh, shit.
So you're only at 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just with his bite, his head comes down and you watch as it crushes into the body of Lavende. You see his teeth sink in and pick him up off the ground. You watch as it pulls him away from Lady Elena and boom! Almost neck spins and slams him into the ground. You watch as he slides and just is not moving. You take, that's going to be 16 plus 8 points of damage. So go ahead and roll your first death save.
No, dang it.
Okay. So that's your first death save failed. You watch as he turns and it looks up and you see him take his tongue and he begins to lick the blood from his teeth that dripped out of Lavende's body. You see as Lavende lies motionless, his massive form begins to make its way over towards you. You play a game that you cannot win! His wings unfold. You see this massive gust of wind almost eject as though he's just displaying raw power in front of you. That is going to be Armand's turn. Jez, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bracers or my boots of time stop. So. Before. The result will be the amount of free turns. Better be 4. It's a 2. You bitch. Okay. So I activate that. I get 2 extra turns. How far is Lavende? Where'd he throw him at?
He'd be, I'd say, I'll move him. Did you move your character, Justin? Or you couldn't? That's right, you couldn't.
Why can't I move mine? There we go. So let's see. Hello. Jesus. So there's 3 movement actions there.
And when you end your first technical turn, you get to re-roll for that fear.
Oh. I forgot that was even a thing. Take any action to have advantage on all rolls. Okay, I think that's all I can do now. Just move there.
All right. Do you want to reroll for the fear?
What was it? Was the
You make a wisdom saving throw.
17?
Okay, that's a fail. Go ahead and reroll again. At end of each of those turns, you get to reroll it.
Natural 20.
Okay, so there you go. You've broken free from the fear. You feel yourself sort of shrug it off and realize if you guys don't do something, you're gonna fucking die. Is that gonna be all your turns?
Yeah, I had 2 extra, so. Oh wait, so I only did 3, so I can move one more time.
Mm-hmm. And you can use a dash to double it. Double your movement.
Oh, so I could have done that for once, then I'd have 1 action left.
Yep. If you want to do that, you can.
How long has it been since we had the Heroes Feast?
When did you guys use that?
That lasts for 24 hours.
24 hours? What's it do again?
It just gives you bonus on wisdom saves, but you're still under the effect of the negative wisdom.
I don't think so.
You
was
had
the
that for
bonus?
24 hours.
I'm
too.
gonna pick him up.
Unless
for this
that
turn.
You're gonna pick him up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the bonus?
What are you gonna do with him? Just move him?
Yeah, I'm gonna move him
What was the
behind me.
bonus?
Okay.
I think it makes you immune to fear.
What was the bonus?
And that's my turn.
I don't know what you're asking. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you saying if just
said
with
there was a
Hero's
bonus
feet
for
make
wisdom
you
save.
immune to
Well,
fear?
I think so.
You get advantage from-
This fear, his frightful presence, even if creature has immunity to fear, they are still frightened. This creature has, so even if it had that, it's gonna negate it.
So that means I roll 3 dice.
No, he literally just says that for the fear. Do you not just listen to what he just said?
What do you think?
Yeah, even if the creature has immunity to fear, they still are frightened.
You're talking about immunity, though.
Yeah. So Hero's Feast, the immunity to frightened wouldn't have had any effect. All right, Jez ends her turn.
So I don't get the wisdom bonus then.
No, not on that. No. If it were something else that wasn't that, then you would. Am I rolling again?
No, you will roll on your turn.
Well, if after her turn, it's my turn.
It's not your turn. You watch as Aarmand looks towards Jez as he boastfully laughs as you try to pull Lavende away.
It is useless. The sleeper will return, and upon his arrival, we will rid this wretched place of Ghostwheel's taint.
And you watch as the massive claw of Aarmand rises up to come crashing down onto Jezebel, moving Lavende. And as this does, you see this beam of electricity crackle across the sky and strike him across the face.
Who dare strike me?
And you watch as his head turns, and you see Barry landing down onto the platform with both of his battle staffs bursting with electricity. All right, well, sorry I'm late. Kind of had a whole graveyard of undead to fight. You notice as soon as he looks over to the right, looks like we got more backup. And the moment Barry lands, you notice that Rahios, within the stairwell of the tower,
In darkness, I bring forth all of your light.
and you see him bring up his spell, and a massive beam of just solar energy burns through the roots. You watch as this huge solar orb blows through the burning roots, and you watch as Leoric and Rahios make their way up through. And then as they enter into the fight, you watch as Melanie comes landing from the other end. And as she lands, you see her immediately bring up a spell, and as she does, she casts this massive 120-foot aura that completely circumferences her. As soon as she does, everyone who has fear and anyone who is dying immediately gets up. So if you are in the dying state, you then will automatically succeed your saves. You're at 0 HP though. Or you're not at 0 HP, you're at 1 HP.
Yeah, you're the last person with that ring too, so if you have a water skin or something, I'd drink it.
He has a decanter of water, don't you?
So, Lavender, it goes back to your turn. Your eyes sort of crack open. Lungs filled with blood. You've reached down and looked towards your wounds. You can see these massive bite marks embedded into your armor and your skin.
I guess I'll just drink from my decanter of water, and that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Falner.
No longer feared, eh? Now I'll do my dash action. And move right there. I don't think I have a bonus action I even want to do.
John's not supposed to be here, right?
No, I don't think he's
Bonus action, I'll activate Hill Rim. So I'll be resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing for a moment. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. You watch as Falner activates his runes. Legic, your turn.
I'm also going to dash.
And as you dash, he's got a legendary action. And I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you. Actually, no, sorry. This is going to be a tail attack. Never mind. Okay, so 15 plus 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. She's going back there to eat. Ghost.
Here, I'll just.
Okay, so that is going to be 5, 2, 6, 7. All right, so 7 plus 8 damage. As you dash forward, that tail comes crushing down onto the ground. Debris and rubble erupt up as you move through. Now your turn?
Yep. I'm scared.
All right, it's Aarmand's turn. You watch as the tail slams down. Boom! Are you within 30 feet of the dragon right now?
Probably, yeah.
Does it show I'm within 30 feet of the dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's behind me.
You watch as Aarmand looks over towards your body.
Close to death.
And you watch as this shadow starts to move from Aarmand's feet and move towards you. You watch as the shadows begin to stretch out and move in completely unnatural and almost malevolent manner. Like it's attacking, like it's aggressive. And then he is going to look towards Legic. And he is going to attack with all 3 of his attacks against you. That's going to be a bite, 2 claws. Alright, 15 plus 14, that's a hit. 5 plus 14? It's 19. The hit. And then hit. Okay. So, he's got a very good very high success rate at attacking you. Which means he's gonna do, that is going to be, okay, 46 plus 16. Alright, so that will be 24 damage of slashing, and then it will also be,
My God.
there'll be 29 points of piercing, and then I am going to need you, oh shit, plus 3d6 of necrotic. So another 6 points of necrotic damage. And then I need you to expend 1 hit die.
Huh?
You need to expend 1 hit die, and the dragon will regain that much health.
How do I do that?
Just like when you use hit die when you do long rests and stuff, there should be a list of die that you have as hit die.
Okay, go to your, like,
Be under short rest.
yeah.
And pick. You,
He's all fighter, I think.
All fighter, so-
they're all gonna be D10s.
So does
so
he
roll
just
1d10 and then subtract your HP, and then he gets that much HP.
And what is your con modifier?
6.
6? Okay, so he gets 10 plus 6, so he just, as he bit into you, he drank some of your blood. And you see him, as he tastes your blood, his eyes open up. You watch they dilate.
So Aleda was right. This, under different circumstances, would be much more fun. But I can't risk it. Not with Goswield so close to the blade.
And you see him bring up his hand to strike again.
Is that me?
What do you mean?
It is Jez's turn.
Fucking hit me.
Buddy. Okay, I'm going to.
I
God,
wish
this bitch
I
is
was
still in the same spot.
I know, right?
Holy fuck. What's the lady doing?
She is getting up. She's already moved back and has continued basically casting the spell. However, you can see that Barry looks like he's getting ready to engage her.
Okay, I'm going to attack Dragon Boy
Dragon
with my Hex
Boy.
Blade.
All right.
Oof, oof, oof.
23 to hit.
23. That is a hit.
Okay. That's all I needed. 6.
What is he barking at?
I don't know. 18.
18 damage.
Yes.
Right. Boom. As you move up, you watch as your blade strikes across the arm of Aarmand. As your blade does leave a actual wound. You do hurt it. You can see your blade causes physical damage as you run it across its arm, and he begins to bleed.
I don't have enough spell slots. Oh, this sucks. Yeah. How far is he? Oh, he's a bit far for that one. Because my Hexblade doesn't count as melee, does it?
Yeah, it's melee.
Does it count? Where did she go? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Yeah, okay, that won't work. Okay, then I will... Would I be able to give the time stop boost to Lavender?
He would have to attune to them.
Well, then that is my turn.
Okay. You watch as Barry moves across the battlefield, letting loose a bolt of electricity towards Lady Elaine. As he does, you can see it breaks her from her concentration, and she turns towards him, and both of them begin to spell sling back and forth at each other. You can see necrotic energy leaving her hands as bolts of electricity seem to interact with his or her spells in mid-flight. They are basically in the middle of a mage battle. You watch as Leoric charges forth towards the dragon, and you see as Leoric does, you see his arm rise up. Watches this trail of like blue flame start to burn off of his hands. You can see his skin and his armor begin to melt away, and you watch as a bone hand begins to emerge from the underneath of his armor. As he does, you see him grab on to his arm, and you see it begin to consume a massive attack as he's about ready to build up. You see him unleash what appears to be some sort of necrotic spell towards Aarmand. Roll the hit, rounds.
Goddamn.
So... You watch as this bolt of just pure necrotic energy comes flying towards Aarmand. Aarmand turns and doesn't even try to block it. As he looks towards it, you see the blast hit him directly. These black flames begin to spread out onto his chest. You see Aarmand.
You really thought that something like that would hurt me?
He's like, moves forward.
I am death.
You see him barrel his claws in as he looks towards it. It's almost like this shockwave pulse from the flame that hit his chest, where he looks down.
What?
As he looks towards this attack, you see Leoric pull his fist back. As he grabs onto his arm,
Yeah, this is a Balethune spell.
and you watch as he grabs onto his arm and pulls it. You see this crack as you see the fabrics of basically the weave begin to tear. Balethunes... Actually, give me a knowledge arcane. Everyone right now who's seeing this.
Natural 20. Kind of natural.
Not you. You wouldn't have any idea. You, and you would be the only ones that really would have a
17.
concept. 17?
4.
I rolled a 16 with a +1 arcana. I don't even know if I would actually know.
16? 4?
17.
17?
I wouldn't be paying attention to this.
Okay. So, as this happens, you watch as Melanie actually sees it. You see Melanie look over towards it, and her eyes widen with just absolute shock and goes, "That's high magic! How is he able to use high magic?" And you see as it cracks and rips through the weave, you see the massive necrotic bolt that hit him begins to explode. This huge crater detonates inside of Aarmand as it throws him back. You watch as Leoric falls down. His flesh is gone. It stripped it down to bone. You see as he falls down and grabs onto his arm, you see the flesh beginning to grow back. You watch as Aarmand...
Well, you're all full of surprises. No matter. You still die tonight.
As he continues on to his attack. watch as Rahios runs over towards Lavende. As he does, you see those shadows quickly approaching Lavende. And right before they get to Lavende, you see Rahios lay his hand on you, and as he lays his hand,
By Palor's light, I take the afflictions of those who have fallen.
and you watch as he casts this spell that surges through his arm, and as it takes into you, how much damage are you from your max HP?
98.
Okay, so he takes 98 points of damage and gives you 98 points of HP. You watch as his body becomes racked with the absolute devastation and pain that you have received, and he takes all of it in one burst as it knocks him back onto the ground. You see him almost lay down immobilized. You see as he looks up towards you.
Fight well, Lavende.
That was some Zorro
The boy
shit
died.
right there.
He's
Why'd
at
you-
he's
Why'd
at
you
1
do
HP.
this shit? No.
Oh. Yike.
Is that what?
1 HP.
Somebody get him some milk.
All right, you watch as Melanie brings up her staff and she begins to cast another spell. This weave of mana begins to just rip through the air, and as she does, this shattering rune sort of breaks over everyone in the area. Everyone here now has resistance to necrotic damage for 1 minute. That's gonna be her turn. Lavende, it's back to you.
Okay, so with what Leora did, is that telling of him not being immune to necrotic damage? Or
It
was
looks
this
like
just-
it looks like he should be immune to necrotic damage. You have no idea what the fuck high magic is, but it seemed like Melanie was really surprised by it.
Okay.
In
All right,
midst of battle, Melanie, what is high magic?
no, okay,
Yeah, the
I'm
entire
trying-
game fight stops so that the person can now explain what high magic is.
I wanted to see if I would be able to discern that.
You have
Okay.
no idea why it worked.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna look at Rahios. Thank you, Rahios. Please stay here. I'm going to go to move, and I'm going to again use keep on forgetting what's hidden paths. I'm gonna get right above Aarmand, and I'm gonna use Moonbeam basically right on him. Just
Okay.
point it down and just cast it. That's con. He's probably gonna pass it, but it's a con 19.
Con 19. It's a spell, right?
Yeah. But I'm casting it at level 6.
All right. He's got Godslayer's Bane, so he has advantage on all magical effects.
And they're all natural ones.
So that's going to be a con, 18 plus whatever his con is, which is going to be plus 13. So you watch as your moonbeam crushes down on him. He does save. You still take half damage.
Is he a shapeshifter?
Yes.
Then he does it with a disadvantage. He does that saving throw with a disadvantage.
So it would have been just normal.
Yep. And if it fails, it instantly reverts to its original form, which I don't know if it's.
Oh, he's in his original form.
Okay. Well, either way.
Okay.
Ah,
That's good to know.
I see.
Either way, if he fails it, then he would take full damage, basically.
Okay. So then he's just gonna. Yeah, he'll take full damage then.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
He's. That's only 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. 28 points of damage is better than no points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now your turn.
Yeah. And I'm basically above him at this point.
Faulkner.
All right. So I like to use the action on my sword, unsheathed.
Which one?
It
Giant's
does-
Throat
it
or
does-
Storm Ruler?
Storm Ruler.
Okay. So you pull Storm Ruler from the sheath.
And it doesn't say what it does. It just says I can use it up to 3 times
Yep.
per long rest, and it forces a dexterity save of 19.
Okay. So I know exactly what it does. I know what you're using. So dexterity save plus 9. It is. You know what? I'm gonna have him use a legendary resistance here, and he's just gonna automatically succeed the save.
All right, so he takes half of 32d4 damage.
Yep. I want to just use the
Yeah,
What did you use
I
for
am.
that?
what?
What did you use for that?
Legendary resistance. So, legendary resistance 3 times a day. If a dragon fails a saving throw, it can just choose to succeed the fail.
3 times a day. Huh?
Yep. So,
I figured he was gonna
So
have shit
it's-
for dex.
It's
It's so big.
yeah, he would have failed that.
it was 103 damage.
So half of that.
Yeah, half of that.
Okay, that's lightning.
Is it lightning?
So you watch as you see Falner pull out Storm Ruler, and as he does, you see him hold on to it, and as he grabs onto the blade, you see it begin to glow blue and crackle. And as he does, he brings up his arm, and as he looks towards Aarmand, you see him turn and crack his neck. You watch as dark clouds begin to roll over the entire battlefield. You see the clouds begin to split apart, and you look up to see Stromos in the clouds strike down into your blade. And as you hit the lightning with your weapon, you watch as he strikes down at the ground, boom, and you watch as lightning bolts begin to just, in a straight line, rip through the ground. And as it hits into Aarmand's body, he is a dragon, so he takes triple damage. So that half damage is times by 3.
53 times 3?
What did he take? 54?
50. It was 103, so half of that.
Yeah,
The answer is 159.
159 points of damage. Thank you.
Thanks, math guy.
I was waiting for you to try to do it on
Thanks,
your own,
math
and I'm
guy.
like,
Chad's
That's why I said it out loud,
Human
so the math guy
calculator.
could get it.
You watch as it does just explode through his body. You see Aarmand as one of his wings gets ripped off. You see his body turn, hit onto the ground. His head turns up in rage. Is that gonna be your turn?
Fuck you. And then I cast spiritual weapon, rock. A giant rock boulder.
Right? As one does.
It's a giant boulder.
Yep.
It all's coming full
When I
circle.
summon it, do I use it?
just like the rock.
I believe you do.
Alright, then it will be.
Are you throwing it, or are you just like smashing it down on it?
I'm far away, I would have to throw it.
Okay.
But that's why I've been working so hard and throwing these boulders all the time and cannonballs. Because I'm very good at throwing now. That's
I don't think the same physics.
24 to hit.
24 to hit. That is a hit.
It's only one.
Hell yeah.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah, it's only 1d8 plus 1.
You watch as Aarmand. How close are you to him?
About. I think I'm like 50 feet.
50 feet?
Oh wait, I would also be getting closer, so I'll get my 30 feet closer to him. So I'm actually about 20 feet from him.
20 feet? Okay. All right, so as your turn ends,
That was my fault.
I was like, what was that?
Yeah, okay. I think this will work. You watch as he looks over in pure, absolute fear towards the weapon that is being held by Fallner. As he looks over towards it, you see him sort of move over, and as he reaches his hand, he's going to use his legendary action to grab onto Elena. As he grabs onto her, she gets picked up off the ground, and she looks towards... My love, what are you doing? What are you... And you see him...
I will not die.
And you watch as he smashes her body. And as he does, you watch as blood begins to pour from his hands. And as it does, you see him grab what appears to be a greatsword that seems to be being formed from her blood. You see as it slams, you see as he grabs his wing off the ground, and as he picks it up, he puts it in front of his body like a shield. He gets up on his hind legs and holds this greatsword.
I will not die! I will not die!
And as he looks over towards Volner, he is dead set on annihilating him from this existence.
So he turns towards Volner, right?
Look at me, Mom of Tank.
Your turn, Legend.
Bro just smashed his wife like a grape so he can have a sword.
Oh, well, that works out in my favor, I guess. I'm gonna fall and attack him.
Go ahead.
Collecting that insurance, life insurance.
22?
Miss.
Or wait. 12 times 15. That is not 22.
Why?
That is 37. Or not.
12 times 15. What?
15.
You rolled a 15?
Roll a 15.
All right, miss.
Or 10, 15. Fucking mean. Sorry.
What is happening?
I don't know.
I'm excited.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
I have a calculator up.
Alright.
There should be no times involved in rolling for an attack.
I'm sorry. I rolled a 15. Got 10. It was 25.
Okay, miss.
25.
Miss. What?
23. I'm not
Miss.
going to be able to hit him.
You watch as Legend slices through, but it's just hitting wing. As he's ripping through the severed wing of Aarmand, it's too thick and just too much flesh to actually work your way through to get to his body. You guys are fucking children.
That was just it.
I can see you guys being like, oh, so thick, huh?
So you're saying we can seduce? All right.
3 attacks.
All right. He's then got a legendary action, turn and tail whip you. 11 plus 14.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Try to catch it.
Trying to catch it. I'm going to try to catch it.
7, 6, 13, 21 points of damage.
I am useless in this fight.
You watch as the tail wham, slams into Lechik's body as Lechik hits the ground. It is now Aarmand's turn. You look at Aarmand, and as he looks over towards Falner,
Giant scum, now you die!
and he looks over towards you and he brings his weapon. He is unleashing hell. All 3 of these great sword attacks are burrowing down towards you. That is going to be, first one is 18 plus 14.
Barely hits.
Second one is 17 or 7 plus 14.
Barely hits.
Okay, and next one will Natural 20.
Reroll that one, bud.
You use Cloud Rune?
Yeah. Or Runic Shield, I mean.
Alright.
No way you got it twice.
Are you using your fucking Vidar dice?
I know, I would not use the Vidar dice for this at all. But you can literally come look at it. It's another 20.
I don't want to.
He rolled a natural 20 twice.
Oh my god.
Okay. So that's getting hit with all 3 greatsword attacks and one of them, so you're technically hitting by 4 greatsword.
Luckily, since these are all slashing, I have all this damage.
Yeah, well, it's necrotic, but you still have it because of the spell that Melanie did. 2, 4, 5, 6.
Great. Hear my clicks, Jed.
Oh god. Just put in the number.
I'll just start going down.
You take half of 107 damage.
54. Rounding up. Or you want to round down?
You watch as the rubble begins to settle as each blow just crushes into the tower floor. You can look over as the dust begins to settle and see Falner still standing amidst the absolute rubble and debris of the attack as Aarmand looks towards you.
How are you still alive?
Because I'm giant scum.
Jez.
Alright. Dashing.
Do this, no.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. This is getting bad. Oops. 25. Dashing behind him.
Stand by, dude. CPR.
Hacked weapon.
CPR.
Take lucky. 19.
19 to hit? That is not hit.
That's my turn.
Okay. You watch as Barry runs over.
Wait. Not my turn. I want to try and get one hit on this little bitch.
Okay.
Use my rapier. Maybe if I stopped rolling it like that.
You like shot that thing across your dice.
27.
27 hits.
Alright. 10.
10 damage.
Yeah. But the point is, it connected.
He's like,
You
how do you want to do it?
struck him with your rapier as it slashes across his tail, and but you can tell from the massive amount of blood loss from the severed wing, this huge crater in his chest, and him going full force against Falner. You can tell that he looks to be like he's at the end of his ropes.
And I'm behind him too. Doesn't that add something?
No. So there's no like. A flanking bonus isn't an optional rule, so it's not an in-game rule. I will give flanking bonuses if you are like a fighter that's designed for that type of fighting. Okay, Barry. You watch as Barry makes his way over towards Leoric. As he looks towards Leoric, Leoric's hand is regrowing. You see Barry go, "Are you alright? What the fuck was that? How can you cast high magic?" "Don't worry about it. Go get save Rahios."
Now's the time, Barry. Now's not the time.
And you watch as Barry looks over to Rahios, and you can see that shadow spreading over towards Rahios. You see Barry make his way over, and as he does, you see him bring up his staff, and as he slams it into the ground, this burst of light sort of shocks out from the ground, but the shadow just moves through it. Barry goes, "I don't know how to stop this!" All right, Leoric's turn. watch as Leoric stands up. You see what looks like pieces of wispy, almost ethereal-like energy seem to be pulling itself towards Leoric. It's like pieces of wind that you can see with color. And as that pulls towards him, you can see it begin to fill his body up. You watch as it begins to make him almost highlight or glow with this deathly color. You see Leoric look towards Aarmand, and as he pulls his weapon, that energy then goes into his weapon and his sword. You watch as this blue fire begins to burn over his blade. That's going to be his turn. Rahios is down. Watch as those shadows make their way over to Rahios. And as Barry tries to stop them, you see them pierce in through Rahios' body. And as they strike through his back, you watch as they raise him up off the ground. You see his eyes open up. As he raises his hand out, you watch as this large, three-fingered, minotaur-like hand begin to turn to ash. And you see Rahios begin to turn to dust. You watch as his body disintegrates. And you see that shadow suck back into Aarmand, and as you do, you watch as his body begins to heal. You watch as the blood begins to surge.
Death! Feed me!
You watch as he heals.
Not Ryan.
No way. But he's a heal, 1 HP.
No, he gets Rahios' full HP.
He had none. He had none.
Lavender, you're up.
So, I don't think they were ever added, but those arrows that you gave me, I don't remember what they were called. They were like a special type of arrow that you gave me. Do you remember?
Oh, you're talking about the Slayer arrows?
I think so. Do you remember what?
The ones that you could, like, say a name?
No, these were more recent, but I don't think they were ever added. And
Oh, okay. I think you're talking about...
the ones with the poison.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones with the purple worm poison.
Yes. Do you remember what the damage is for those?
The damage is normal, but it just has a con save for poison. Okay. But you'd have a pretty good understanding that it's an undead creature, or it's a creature of undeath. Okay. So most likely poison is probably not even an option against it.
Okay. Alright, so I'm still above him, right? Because technically I haven't fallen yet.
Yeah, you haven't fallen.
So, as I am falling above him, towards him, I'm going to cast Hex on him for his dex saves.
Okay.
And since that's a bonus action, as I'm falling, I'm gonna summon my staff and hit him. And as soon as I hit him, I'm using Call Lightning on him, which is dex save of 19.
He fails, but I'm gonna use Legendary Resistance. He's just gonna succeed.
Okay. I just make sure that there's nothing else that goes with it. So he takes
33 points of damage.
16.
16 points.
Yep.
Half of it. Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna land. I'm basically at this point. I have to land on him.
Okay. So you land on top of Aarmand.
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Falner.
I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Okay.
Dexterity save of 19.
But I need a dexterity save of 19 for you as well.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Crushed it.
He failed, so he's going to use his last. Yeah, he's going to use his last one.
And I take half of this. Right.
What does that mean for us?
Actually, I'm gonna use absorb elements.
Is anyone within a? Are you guys in front of him at all?
I am. I don't know if.
Logic is.
Are
I'm
you
behind
far
him.
enough? How
No,
far
it's a
is?
straight line.
It's a line of 40 feet.
Oh.
You're outside of the line.
Oh, then why did he have to do Dex?
He's on
He's
top
on
of
top.
it.
I'm literally on him.
Oh.
Roll damage.
And as a reaction, I'm gonna use absorb elements. I'm assuming it's gonna be that electric attack
Yes, it's
again.
gonna be electricity. Yep.
96.
96. That's half.
No, that's not half.
Okay, so half of that.
So the 48.
Then
and half
times
is 24 for me. So it'd be 24 damage for me because I'm having half since I passed the.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Huh?
I didn't mean to hurt you.
38 times 3 is that 100 and.
Wait, what?
What was going on?
Oh,
It's times 3 for
yeah,
him.
it's
Yeah.
times 3 for him.
So.
Oh. So it'd be like 130 something. No.
Did he pass? He failed his dex, right?
He passed it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so
With
it's
his
half of the
last
90,
legend. Oh,
half of the
yeah.
94, or half of the 98. You said that-
96.
Oh, sorry, half of
40,
96.
48 times 3.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 146. 144. You owe me a Coke.
We didn't say jigs.
Anyone do it, Faulkner?
You know, I want to go right through his wing that he's using as a fucking shield, just to show how fucking pointless that was, and then right through his whole body.
Okay. You watch as Faulkner brings up Storm Ruler again, and as he strikes down on the ground, this line of electricity just crackles out. And as it does, you see the entire ground begin to rip up. As soon as Aarmand looks towards the blast, he brings his wing shield up. And you watch as the lightning just splits it in two. And as it does, you watch as the lightning crushes up onto his body. Lavende, as you see the lightning hit, you actually jump off of Aarmand's body as it begins to see the blade of a literal blade of lightning begin to slice through the body and chest of Aarmand. And as you see it go, I am immortal! You see it boom, just rip through his body. You watch as his form stumbles back. And as his body hits the ground, he goes motionless. You see as he turns over and looks up towards the sky. Sleeper! And you watch as his large claw goes to raise before it falls. You see his form begin to shrink. You see him turn back into the humanoid form that he had. Long silver hair, except from his collarbone down to his navel, he's like separated. It's almost like that scene from Terminator 2 where the T-2000's like in two pieces. You look as he's laying up against the thorns as he crawls towards the altar before he stops. You see him reach out. He has this large piece of a black blade in his hand.
Can I decapitate him?
You gonna come up and cut his head off?
Yeah.
Attack. Roll to hit. What'd you get?
Got a 14.
Okay.
Oh, he's smirking.
I rolled a 2.
I was like, dude, you almost had a 1.
I mean, the burrow's on the ground. It could easily be like a coup de grace situation, but I think he has other plans for you.
You're gonna give him CPR and he's gonna come back full health. Phase 2.
Don't say phase 2. Why would you say that?
Oh, well, we have to get to phase 2 before we get to phase 3.
Listen, he's looking for a music or something specific, and I don't like it.
He is looking for something.
You watch as he goes to reach towards the altar. You make your way up to strike him. It's weirdly loud.
Do it now while he's gone.
And I attack.
Swing!
Damage!
Swing!
I hit him with 32 times 15.
Times 15 again.
Holy shit.
You watch as you go to strike him, and as you do, you stop. And you have this weird flashback.
Is this my daddy?
You sit down, or you have a flashback of you sitting down. And you're sitting across a table from Aarmand. But he doesn't... It's weird because he didn't recognize you at all during any of this. But he looks over towards you. And where will you go after this then? Why waste the time? I feel like you could use your powers so much. Come with Elena and I. We can figure something out. It'll be easier. There's no need to do this. You hear your voice responding. It's your voice. It's just something I have to do. I'm so close to the end. One more. I think just one more. And I'll be where I need to be. Well, if that's what you want to do, then I can't stop you. Just know that next time we meet, you probably won't even know it. I think you will. Some part of you deep down, you will. And you kind of stop and come back to. And as you come back to, you see Aarmand has rolled himself onto his back up against the sarcophagus as he looks towards you.
It is you, isn't it? You were right.
You see him kind of turn and look off as he's staring at something that's not there. You kind of look over and see there's nothing to your left.
He's here. He's here.
Kind of turn over and look. However, Jez, you turn and you can look. You can see that black cloaked figure standing next to Legic. You see as
Oh.
that cloaked figure looks over towards Legic, looks over towards Aarmand. You watch as he crawls over. You guys can hear this, or you can hear this, but you guys cannot hear this conversation. Only the portion that Aarmand is talking. You see him bend over and look towards him. Do you know what your problem is, Aarmand? You feared finality. You took immortality as your sole gift. I'm sorry you never learned that lesson. There is no point to immortality if everything you create and everything you make meets its end. And you're there to watch it crumble. It's time to to sleep, Armand. Just like I've made that thing sleep for a millennia. All for them. All for the gods. What are you going to do to this world? I will rectify the mistake that the gods made. You see as his hand reaches out towards Aarmand, you see his hand passes right through. He can't physically touch anything. So as his head turns and looks over towards you, the blade. Give me the blade.
Right here, I know. Everyone's kind of watching. I already don't think they can see you. It's really awkward for me. Yeah, alright, I'll go get it. I'm gonna pick it up.
As you pick it up, you guys watch as Jess picks up that blade. And as you do, Aarmand grabs onto your wrist. And he looks at you. Do you... I do not pity the darkness that you are yet to see.
I'm gonna take his hand and... Alright then.
You watch as you look over towards him. You hear the sound of heavy footsteps rising from the tower. You look over towards Barry, whose hands are filled with ash of Rahios' remains. You watch as he pounds his fists down to the ground and slams his head down. You look over towards Melanie, who walks over to Barry to comfort him. You see Leoric extinguish his blade and look towards his arm, his armor completely gone. Black veins now running through his skin. You all turn and look at the dark archway of the staircase. Your first thought is the heavy footsteps must be Hakan. Until you see the large form, white, bear pelt over his arm, bald, shaved head, large, red cloak armor, as Boris the Brute comes walking out. You see him holding up the Shadowstone.
The blade for the stone.
And I will leave. You see Goswiel look over towards you. Do it.
Yeah, what's the scheme here? So I give it to him, he gives it to you. It's this weird middleman thing. Why am I giving him this? Also, what was that talk about rectifying the gods' mistakes back there? What the fuck does that mean? That's concerning. You sound a little unhinged.
You will learn. The more you learn about them, the more they keep you under their thumb.
Right, yeah, sure. What's so special about this thing anyway that everyone wants it?
That is a piece of my blade. It was forged along with 9 others Each blade represented a zenith. That is the blade of absolution. It is the end. It is finality. It is judgment.
That seems like something I shouldn't be going handing out then, huh? I'm gonna slip it into my jacket.
You see him look over towards Boris. You watch as he nods his head towards Boris, and Boris. This form was getting awfully boring. I suppose, if it is time, Master. You watch as he grabs onto his skin of his face and begins to peel it. Pulls it back like a curtain. You watch as he rips through his own flesh. This husk of Boris the Brute falls to the ground like a sack of potatoes, essentially. As he steps through his own flesh, you watch as this massive form begins to stand up, clad in this black plated armor, massive in stature. Everyone here besides Verlegic recognizes this individual. You saw this person at Ravensgrin during the mountain ritual. They flew in on a spectral steed and took the crystal that descended from the stars. You see as he makes his full form and takes a step forward, this full skeletal figure in black clad armor and this massive greatsword and tower shield in hand takes his weapon and sticks it into the ground and puts one knee down and lowers his head.
Lord Ghostwield.
See as Ghostwield looks over towards him. Rise. General Zahn. See, he rises up. Have you acquired the other pieces?
We are still missing 2. 3 if we cannot grab this one.
Who is he talking to? Jez is the only one that can hear the Ghostwield. Then place it. I'm ready. You watch as General Zahn walks forward. And as he does, you see General Zahn pull from his armor the handle and the broken blade of some greatsword, and the hilt, this gem placed in the handle guard. You watch as he reaches out to nothing, and as Ghostfield puts his hand forward, you see it grab onto the handle, and you all begin to see his form beginning to appear in front of General Zahn. And as he grips the blade and pulls it from Zahn's hand, you watch as this physical form begins to materialize. You see the skeletal face turn into like mummified flesh. You see it.
You guys see it now? You see what I've been seeing? Mm-hmm. It's not pretty, is it?
I'm gonna start moving closer to Jezebel at this point.
To draw breath into my lungs again. Such a satisfying feeling.
My blade, please.
You know, I was kind of convinced that I would just hand it over to you in the beginning and that would be that, but I don't feel like it now. For some reason. Just not in the mood, you know? I'm gonna start taking my jacket off. I put it inside the jacket. I'm gonna start taking it off. I'm gonna kind of fold it up in one hand.
See Goswiel look over towards General Zahn. Give them the stone.
But why? This is our leverage, Master.
Give them the stone. Let them deal with their own problems. You said there's other blades to find.
Yes.
Then we shall find them. Let them keep my trophy for now. Do me a favor. Protect the blade, please. Until I return to take it. Until then. You watch as he grabs the broken blade and points it up to the sky. And as he does, you see the tip of the broken blade glow, this bead of light, where you watch it fire off into the sky. You see that plague star in the night sky pulse with this green light. Until we meet again. You watch as he grabs onto Zahn and they turn into this black smoke.
Oh, thank God. I was ready to set this thing on fire. I really didn't want to. There's so much gold.
What was that all about? All that? Seems to be a lot of talking coming over here, and then
Did he say Goswiel?
his face just started getting all mummified.
That old guy
Yeah, I
from...
made a deal with him to get him this sword bit.
You've been talking to
Just a little bit.
this whole time.
He got me out of the situation with Levistus.
Oh yeah,
It was very recent.
that one that's always
That guy's bad
standing
news,
over
right?
you.
I mean,
I think so.
His kids
Yeah, I think
were...
he might be, yeah.
God, what happened to his kids? You know?
I'm gonna put my jacket back on.
Feel,
I'm so scared in my life to lose
feel,
something.
feel better.
Yes.
So
That's a contingency plan. So if you guys have anything in here that you want out before it possibly gets lit up.
Aarmand was one thing, but Goswiel, that's...
I'm gonna revert back to my normal state.
I'm gonna go over to Barry and Melanie, and as I'm assuming they're both leaning over Rahios' ashes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put one hand on each of their shoulders. I know it is not the good time right now, but it is time for us to save him since he decided to save me. I'm gonna like scoop up some of his ashes. And I think I'm going to need your help.
Right. Right.
Melanie, are you able to bring him back?
I don't know yet. I've never tried.
You look towards the night sky. You begin to feel the entire platform you're on begin to shake. As the foundation of the entire building begins to essentially rumble and crack. As Aarmand is now gone, it seems as though with the stars now falling out of line, the magical force keeping the manor afloat over the ocean is
Run out
beginning
of
to
time.
dissipate. See Melanie stand up. All right, looks like we gotta go.
Go where?
And you see when she looks over towards the shore, back to shore. And you see as she brings up her staff, she opens a portal.
I'm gonna grab cloth and grab as much ash of Rahios as I can.
Okay?
Let's go, Lavende.
Who has a stone? Who has a stone?
Who has the stone?
Who has a stone?
I think they gave it to you.
They threw it over to you.
Never mind, I have it.
She's got the stone.
I forgot. It was in my hand the whole time.
I've got the stone.
Oh,
Who's got the
alright,
stone?
let's
Got my
go.
jacket,
Why
got
does anyone
the
say
stone.
it?
Jacket stone.
I popped that in my jacket. Boop.
As you put that into your jacket and you make your way to the portal, you watch from the staircase, you see Hakan come basically stumbling up the stairs as you see him kind of drop down to one knee, just blood drenched over his eye, and you can see him holding on to a very small looking Jezebel.
Oh!
Are we bringing it with us?
I'm gonna go
You see
over to
Leoric
Hakan.
make his way over towards like, Hakan, we got split up. I'm glad you're alright.
I made sure the kids survived.
Oh, that's great.
We must go.
We gotta go. Is that everyone?
I'm gonna
Looking
pick
around,
up
head
the
count?
girl and try to get Hakan on my shoulder.
You see Hakan.
Come on.
We
gotta get out of
make
here.
your way to the portal. You enter into the portal as the entire manor begins to crumple. Oh God! And fall as you feel yourselves porting onto the shoreline. You look over and see the massive debris of the manor beginning to plummet and fall and smash and crush down into the beach and the ocean below. And with that, it looks as though the encounter in Helmore Manor
Looks as though.
is no more.
Looks as though. Looks as
What?
though. Looks as though.
Oh.
I look around. Is everyone accounted for that went in?
So,
No, Rahios is not with us.
Besides, well, obviously, besides from him.
so who are you? I'm gonna put her down.
I was talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was reading.
Is everyone accounted for that went in?
Yes, everyone who went in looks like they're all accounted
Okay.
for, except for
The one that
obviously
died. Yeah.
Rahios. You see, Barry just seems to be distraught with the fact that he wasn't able to stop that shadow from reaching Rahios. You see Melanie still over there comforting him. Hakan looks up towards you.
Why do I have a feeling that you're involved with her somehow?
I have a feeling too, but I haven't the faintest idea how.
She looks like you.
That she does.
Who is she?
And apparently my sister or something, I don't fucking know.
A sister in the Helmore Manor. The connections are weird. Did you know Aarmand said he knew who I was?
Did we hear that?
It would have been hard to hear, but yeah, you would have gotten it.
He talked to me like he knew me, but I have no idea who he is. Said under certain circumstances this would have been different. It's like, what? What would have been different? He didn't give me anything. This place is confusing.
There's a lot to unload here. Lavende died. Rahios is dead. That happened. You summoned some giant man from the sky to create tower lightning.
Something like that. Fuck that. That dragon hurt.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't get hit. But
Okay. Here's the rest of the ashes I can find.
I hope this works. I have a feeling, but I don't know if it'll work.
why are we carrying around ashes?
Throw
That
your
is for me to
ashes.
figure out.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you plan on doing with that?
We're not
No
friend
idea what he's gonna do.
You can do something like that?
I might be able to. That is what I just told Logic. I'm going to go to Hakan. How alert are you, Hakan?
I'll manage.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do not trust what you have to say then.
See Barry go. All right, where do we go from here?
Where are we?
Near the shoreline, coast.
I mean, like, we're still in the same place where we arrived. We're not some different.
Yeah, Helmore Manor is in Bullshead,
Okay.
northwestern portion of Bullshead.
Well, we got what we came for.
Ghostwheel's back.
And he is. Not to his full potential, though. It sounds like the little pieces of his sword is the puzzle he needs to put together to be complete.
Why did he want your blade?
It wasn't my blade, it was his. Piece of it.
But he said there was others.
Other pieces, yeah. Sounds like there's 2 more that need to find aside from this one.
Well, I'm assuming he'll always know where that is, so we can't just stash it somewhere.
You see Hakan?
Where's Saul?
Haven't seen him.
I'm sure he'll turn up.
Who was the last person to see Saul? Before we split up. I can't remember who he was with. Who was he with?
I thought he was back in Nave.
No, he came back.
Wait, wasn't he the one who popped in and saw me? Right? No, he was back at Neve, and then we saw him again, and then
I gave him the sword.
he was a little upset why we left him. But I can't remember. He found one of us before we like teleported. I just don't remember which one of us he saw.
Lavender, how are you feeling?
That's a good while ago.
Not very good.
I saw you take some pretty big hits there.
You know, I thought that holding that lady would stop him from wanting to hit any of us, but
Yeah, he didn't seem to have too much worry about her safety.
no, he didn't.
So much that he turned her into a sword.
Those two have known each other for a long time.
Have they?
How would you know that?
I had a vision. Apparently, I was.
Definitely would not have been able to tell time from that. You have no idea how long ago it was.
The fact that I don't remember, I'm assuming by what I remember in my time from being a child, that it might be a different lifetime.
Is that what you're thinking?
That's how I'm thinking.
Okay.
Listen, why don't we just figure out what we need to do now?
We just need to get to somewhere safe. Somewhere we can rest at least.
Melanie. Well, I have enough strength that can get us back to Neve. Is that where we need to go?
That sounds like the best option. Let's just do it.
All right, get ready. Opening a portal. You watch as she makes the portal. You see, looking over the crest of the hill, as chunks of earth are falling off into the ocean. You see, the only thing that's on the actual coastline now is like the wagons and some of the courtyard walls that were there from Helmorn before it fell into the ocean. You look over towards the bottom of the hill, you can see a figure walking up. And as it walks up, you can see it's Saul. As Saul comes walking up,
There you guys are. I was looking for you.
you see on his belt, he's got like 7 severed heads tied to his belt.
You all right?
Where did you go?
You look better than us.
Oh,
Been
man.
busy, huh?
I'm glad you're okay.
Melanie looks over towards Saul. Thank you, Saul, earlier for helping me out with that.
Yeah, you bet.
How did the sword I gave you work out?
It's really twisty.
That is nice to know. I'm glad it worked if you used it.
Watch as he grabs onto it. You see him sort of straighten his arm, and as he does, you watch as the twisting blades sort of spread out like snakes. And you watch as they reform back together in like this twisted knot of steel.
Good sword.
That looks like it fits you.
Yeah, don't use that thing indoors. Can we go now?
Once everyone's ready,
I'm ready.
as you guys all walk through, you guys arrive back in Neve. At this point, you guys would be arriving at probably most likely within the residential quarters of like the academy. This is where Larician's office would be. This is where Barry and Melanie would have their own like particular specific dormitories that are assigned to them as being active agents in Neve. So since you guys just got done with battle, we'll go ahead and have the night roll from there as you guys rest for the night. As you guys get to Neve, go ahead and take a long rest, and the following events would be occurring the next day.
Over the night, I would want to get with Barry and the Ashes, if you don't mind.
I would say from the night, you definitely would not be able to get a hold of him. He'd be so busy with the report of what happened.
Okay.
You would not be able to get a hold of him until the next day. But the following day, you guys would be awoken, and Barry would be there with Larician as he comes to meet everybody. You see, as you all are tending to your wounds, recovering from the battle, watch as Larician walks into this essentially the infirmary where you guys are at. Oh, hopefully you all slept well last night.
Not really.
Understandable. I can see that may have some difficulties there, but nonetheless, good job. You guys acquired the Shadow Stone, and looks as though you killed a prominent threat to Bolstead.
So is this a part where I give you the Shadow Stone?
No. Well, here's the thing. Right now, the council believes that your group, is effective, which is surprising, to be honest. But for whatever reason, it seems as everything that you guys get sent after, sometimes you leave carnage in your wake, but it looks as though you guys get the job done. The council has advised me to speak with you all about possibly traveling to Warden's Pass in the south. There, the great elm tree that is protected by the wardens of Warden's Pass, that is where the gate resides that the stones are used for. If there is going to be some sort of invasion of plane or attack from the Underdark, they want you all there. Of course, you are not obligated to do this. This is a request, not a demand. And if you do not wish to head there, then I would politely ask you to relinquish the stones so that we may investigate it ourselves.
We only have the one.
Right. But we know that if we have the Shadow Stone, we can set up a trap. We can set up a lure. One that's enticing enough that the ones that have the Moonstone are going to come looking for it. I've already spoken with your brother. He's on board to work with the wardens to ensure the safety of the tree and the pass. And to make things more complicated, for the first time in more than 500 years, we have received contact from the Eladrin of the Feywild. They are reaching out to us for help.
The what?
The Eladrin, they are a branch of my species. They are much like the elves of the material plane, but they are afflicted with the touch of the Feywild. Much like you. Reclusive and suspicious of our motivations, they have isolated themselves for more than 500 years. But now, apparently, the blight that is affecting our world is also ravaging theirs. The Underdark wishes to merge the Feywild, the material plane, and the Shadowfell into one single world, one realm.
Is that what your wizards found out when you sent them?
From the information we've gathered, and from our knowledge of what the stones can do, and what that gate was meant to do, the gate is very old. It is much more advanced than your average elven gate. It was designed for both light and darkness. It was a gateway for priestess to transfer their very soul to the moon goddess, or Shar, the goddess of night. But since they are not here to regulate that power, whoever wields the stones essentially has their divine touch. They can warp reality. The Council of Heroes has already been notified. And there's someone here who wants to talk to you.
Are you guys gonna fanboy out again over this? You have a look on your face.
I don't have... Hold on. Let's see here. Give me a second. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Why are you laughing?
We'll just go with... Yeah, I don't have this anymore. But you hear the sound of heels clicking against the floor as you watch as this large brimmed hat and massive feather comes walking into the room. And you hear, as the door opens, a whisper, Finley Gold.
Oh, okay.
Everyone stand straight, goddammit!
You watch as Finley Gold comes walking into the room. Looks like I found my legends in training.
What?
Finley Gold, at your service, and you and I have a lot to talk about.
You're not going to headbutt us, are you?
Why would I headbutt you?
Is it with the council? What is it, the thing that you always talk about with doors?
The Council of Legends. You're pointing at me as in all of us, right?
No, I'm specifically talking to you. I saw you talking with the late Lady Elena.
I mean, kind of. I didn't really have a choice.
Well, thanks to you all, I am now free from my pact with her.
You're very welcome.
And because of that, you've all now subsequently made me one of the richest people in all of Abendal.
We made it like gold, so gold.
You see, Elena was a dragon. She was a patron of mine. My years of thievery were indebted to her to steal items for her hoard.
Wait, she was a drag. She wasn't a vampire. Vampire dragon. Just like Aarmand.
As far as I'm aware, I believe she was a regular dragon.
Oh.
Aarmand, however, was different.
But
He turned her into a sword.
she wanted to bite me. I mean, she did.
It's very possible that she had acquired abilities from her lover.
I'd say.
So now, Finley Gold is, well, I'm free for the first time in a long time. So I have you to thank. But I'm curious on why my late patron recognized you. She spoke about you.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Logic.
Said that you were a lavish, well-spoken gentleman with appetite for fine art and a hellaciously girthy cock.
Oh,
Are you joking?
wait, about the cock thing?
Do I look
Are you outing yourself right now?
Well, congratulations, Logic.
Do I look like I'm joking?
I don't know.
I'm
It
being-
sounds like you're trying to be funny. I don't know what you're talking about. Art? What?
Hey, you know, while we're here, Neve, maybe
She
you can
never
figure
even
out,
saw my dick. What do you mean?
Maybe you can figure out some sort of way to get your memories back or something. Because it sounds
It-
like you're missing a few.
Perhaps, maybe she is just. Maybe she wasn't remembering it.
She
correctly.
tasted my blood. She said something about it being odd. She never knew my name until I told her.
She
Her reaction
recognized
was
you,
different.
He recognized you.
Armand recognized me too after he tasted my blood. And then I had a vision of a time I talked to him at a dining table. I don't remember anything of it. Like I've lived my whole life. Nothing about Armand or her makes any sense.
Would you like to taste his blood?
I'm not a vampire, if that's what you were wondering.
That's unsanitary.
Seems like his blood has some hallucinogenic properties.
I'm not drinking his blood.
No, getting ideas.
Any other thing different from you that out of the ordinary recently?
Everyone seemed to think my family had something to do with people in Hell Manor because of my last name.
Which is. What's your last name?
Oh no. So, I'm wondering.
It's literally on your case.
It's on your character sheet, man.
I was gonna say something else. I was like, that's not my last name. Vondarian. I was gonna say Von Wooshka for some fucking reason.
Vondarian. So you're from Dreechbach.
What?
You're from Dreechbach. Vondarian is a
I'm
name.
from Tuchagal.
Like, you were from Dreechbach and then you moved to Tuchagal.
No, I've only known Tuchagal.
Interesting. Well, I will do some investigation myself then. I am very interested in you.
I want to know. It makes me think.
Makes you think. What?
Were my family even real?
Well, who is your family?
father he was a captain for the Tuchugo army.
His name?
Derek. I have to stick with it.
Derek Von Darian.
All right, well, he looks over towards Lucian. You're able to have a catalog of, I would assume, records of citizens and military from all over countries. I mean, you are Neve, is that correct? Yes. Let me do a quick search. I'll go and see if we have any military records based off that name. We'll find out very quickly if they were ever real. And you see Lucian. I'll leave you all to talk with Finley. Stops, turns back over towards the Finley. And no stealing anything this time, Finley. I will do my best to not take anything without asking for it.
Wait. You successfully have stolen things from Neve?
Every time I've come.
My God.
He's a legend.
It's incredible.
It's really true, everything they say about him.
Oh, right.
They say a rattlesnake once bit him and it died of venom.
Wait a second. Let's get back to this real quick, not because of certain things I want to know about my parts, but what you just said, she knows about me. Does that mean I used to be a former lover to her?
I'm jumping the bit there.
Wasn't exactly on good talking terms with my patron. It was more like a...
That's what it sounds like.
She described
Maybe
the
We
size
never-
of your cock.
We never did anything.
maybe you posed nude for one of your art pieces or something. Said you were autistic,
She did
right?
say that you were a well-spoken gentleman who liked fine art.
What's your favorite piece?
I don't have a favorite piece.
I don't either.
Well, see, that makes things very confusing for me. Because that is a complete contradiction of what she said about you. So, we'll just leave it at that. You notice that Lucian comes back into the door. He's almost like surprised at his speed. You notice as he walks through the door. All right, so I had Paige pull this up for me. And yes, Derek Von Darian, military rank, looks like deceased, along with his family.
Is Legic listed under the family?
Yes,
And there you
Legic.
go.
However, it has you listed as deceased. It says you died at the age of 8.
He's a vampire.
That's when it happened. But I'm surely not dead.
All right, well, maybe perhaps they just assumed since you were not there that they recorded you as dead since you were missing.
Oh, you went missing. What? How would you have gone missing?
Where did you go after this tragic accident?
I ran.
All right, well then that
So you
seems
ran
that's
away,
normal.
yeah.
They showed up. The entire family
Okay.
was murdered, so they would have assumed that you were either kidnapped or killed.
Would
Says-
they mark him as missing instead of just assuming that he's dead?
Well, it looks like there was a fire. Is that correct?
It was a fire.
They probably assumed that he burnt up in the fire. Rather small boy, small bones. I can see that.
Interesting.
I'm sorry about bringing up that logic. I don't mean to tear open scabs. I will, I'll take these records back.
Can you look up anything of the Von Darian family?
Sure. Like a family tree.
I want to know everything about it. I'm very curious on why my name is so important.
Alrighty, I will be back. You see as he moves, look at Finley, look back towards you. You guys think he's teleporting around everywhere? Or?
I would imagine so.
That was quick, that was
I mean,
fast.
we teleported here, so.
Alright, well. Any other questions you guys got for me? Because if not, then I've got to, I've got a lot of work to do myself. And now that Boris is missing, and I read the report that Barry said. It's quite clear that he is associated with
Is that really Boris? Was that really him? Or
I'm
was it
gonna
someone
assume that
impersonating
Boris must have met his demise a long time ago. Boris has been acting rather unusual for the past, I'd say, 4 years or so. A shame. Boris was he's a good friend. But thank you all for the information.
Will we be seeing you again?
Well, that just depends if you're going down to the Warden's Pass. I will be heading there. If you all head, I'm sure that we'll be working together, as I will be the contact for the Council of Legends. However, if you do decide to go down there, be ready. If things don't go as planned, and those gates open, we could see an invasion like we've never seen before.
Hey, real quick, you mentioned that you were released from a pack recently. I, too, have recently been released from a pack. So if you ever want to get together, have a drink, reminisce about how much we hated our patrons or anything, I'm free.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. This is to you as well.
How long were you indebted to your pact? Myself was 87 years.
A nice, long, healthy 4 years, give or take.
Well, I'm never one to shy away from a drink with a lovely lady. I would love to have a drink with you at some point.
Well, I once made a pact with something before. Would you like to have a drink with me too?
You're buzz killing it.
Looks over towards you. I'll tell you what. You all decide to go to Warden's Pass, we can head out tonight, enjoy ourselves a nice little night here in Neve before we decide to go down and face Armageddon. After all, when you're a part of the Legend of Council, or the Council of Legends, then you face apocalyptic ends on a regular basis. You watch as he turns. Hope to see you guys.
See you around.
He walks out and closes the door.
The fuck was that about filming?
He's a legend. He's like,
No shit, he's a legend.
I'm one of his biggest fans.
I get it, but
Since when?
Since always. What do you mean?
Since always. I thought you were Boris Stan.
haven't you
I'm
told
of
her?
an old legend stand. Thank you.
I get it, but she was shooting her shot.
I'm assuming you were just a.
You watch as Lorisian ports back in.
Hold that thought. Go ahead.
Nothing.
No, continue.
Did I interrupt something?
Yes, you did.
No, you didn't. It was over.
No, I'm listening. I'm interested. What do you have to say?
I was just gonna say you're just a Finley Gold fan. Of only Finley Gold.
You'd be correct, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Great. What were you gonna say?
I grabbed the records of Legic's family tree. What exactly are you wanting to know?
Anything to do with my family in Helmoy Manor. Or, Motorstrad.
Alright. Well, according to this, it looks as though your family were ambassadors of Dreechbach for the country of Motorstrad. Looks as though they father was ranked in the military for more than 25 years, retired. Looks as though they traveled to Tuchikal. That's what we have on them.
I'm from Motorstrad.
Well, it looks as though your family, at least your surname, is from Dreechbach, and they worked for the country of Motorstrad as ambassadors. At least it looks like your mother was an ambassador. Looks like your father was a military man. It looks like you also have some uncles that are still currently residing in the Dreechbach military.
What are their names?
Corvin, Vondarian, and Herethna.
Corvin and Herethna.
Those are strong vampire names.
Bloody knock it off from her.
Have I ever heard anything about them before? Nope. Corvin and Herethna. Thank you. It was a lot of help to know that.
Well, I will update the Legic deceased portion on the records, and I will place it back in the files. Well, I see that Finley left. Is everything all right? Did that go cordial?
Yeah, he was just inviting us to meet him at was it Deadlock Pass? Was
It was
that
Warden's Pass.
Warden's Pass?
I wouldn't mind. I'd rather be there than someone else. Those gates.
Well, I have one more surprise for all before I have to make my way to my 5th meeting for the day.
Is it food?
No, however, if you are hungry, please be sure to stop by the cafeteria.
Definitely.
I think someone wants to say hello. You watch as the door opens up. And as the doors kind of open, you see the tall form of Rahios come walking in.
Oh shit!
See him dressed in his garbs. Hello, friends.
How?
I want to go hug him. You want to go hug him?
You watch as
We're gonna
Barry
hug him.
kind of sits up and goes, "Are you serious?"
How?
You see Barry kind of like get out of bed and make his way over there as he goes, "Please, please, it is fine. I am all right."
How are you alive? How is he alive?
It is because of Captain Jezebel. Thank you.
What?
What?
She allowed me to use a barrel on the ship.
Excuse me? Can you explain? I'm confused.
Yes. It is a ritual performed by my people to create a incubation of yourself while you are still alive. That way, if your physical form is to die, you may rebirth yourself again.
Did he ask you for a barrel at one point?
He did. I wasn't really questioning it at the time, didn't... In my wildest dreams, I would think that would be what was inside of it.
I filled it with my dormant, lifeless body that would take my soul in case I died.
Okay, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Where did you get a body? What?
I made it.
Oh no, I don't want to know.
Regardless of all that, we're glad to see that you're back. I thought we were going to have to be jumping through quite a few hoops to
However,
attempt this.
it will take me several more months to make another one, sometimes even years.
Well, then you'll have to really take it easy then.
I am just glad that Love and Day made it out.
Yeah. I'm glad that I did too. Thank you.
If it was not I, Love and Day would have perished.
Sort of.
Yeah, he was looking like him and shit, and I was worried about it.
I have been told by Larisian that the Feywild has requested our aid.
Are you ready to hop back into the game like that?
Sure you don't want to get some food? You want some celery?
Excited.
Sea cucumbers.
I think that the sickness that afflicts my people, I think the secrets of it are in the Feywild.
Well,
I'd rather do something than sit here being confused.
Yes, I'd rather be doing something and confused than sitting and being confused. I agree.
maybe these Eladrin, were they? Maybe they can shed some more light on this whole blight thing.
Yes, Larisian. Yes, we've been in direct contact with the Harvest King. He is, so far, being rather hospitable to us, although he has definitely set boundaries. The Feywild is his and under his protection. He wants to ensure that no stationary points of possible incursions could be set up, as in, he's worried that if he has us go in and help him, that we will demand colonization.
It probably wouldn't let you do that.
Well, I assure you, Neve is neutral. We have no intentions of setting up any sort of base of operations in the Feywild. However, I cannot say the same for the denizens of the Underdark. So, I'll let you all take the day, ponder over your discussions and your thoughts. We will meet again tomorrow. And thank you. Watch as Larisian turns and leaves. You see Barry punch Rahios in the arm. Don't you ever fucking die like that again. I swear if you die, I'll kill you myself.
Whoa, Barry, what if he's only at like 1 HP right now? You can't go punching him.
You see Rahios. I assure you, I am fine. You may punch my arm all you wish.
Punches him and he dies again.
Please punch my arm 293 times.
Anything else you want to discuss about?
Well, Jezebel, what do you think? Maybe we should go?
At this point, I'm prepared to just do anything. I'm carrying around a world-ending piece of a sword, so
That's
in my
true.
jacket, like it's pocket change.
That's true.
Fuck it. At this point, you know.
You think Neva would be able to protect that, maybe?
I'll put it this way. I don't trust them to. And I'll put it this way as well. I don't trust to hand over the stone to them either. So it looks like our one option is to just see this through ourselves.
Then let's eat that food. Relax a little bit. And dive into more danger.
How do you feel about Lavender?
I don't really know. Like, I don't want this gate to be opened, but it sounds like, and I get the feeling that it's going to happen anyway, and I don't really know what that really means. The people that I've met in the Feywild have been a little bit wishy-washy, so I don't know how that's going to go either. There's a lot of things that could go really, 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 really wrong with everything that we're doing right now.
What do you mean by wishy-washy?
It hasn't happened to me in a long time, but do you remember how I used to see and hear things?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but all the time, and their emotions are affected by it too. I met a couple for a very short period of time, and it was odd. And I don't want them to say one thing and then do another thing. And sometimes I feel that way too. So I don't know if it's because I was there. I'm just worried is all. I don't really know what to think. All I know is that we need to protect where we are.
Well, out of all of us, you have most experience in the Feywild. If we end up in there, definitely probably listen to your advice.
That would be really smart of you to do. Because if you don't treat it well, it won't treat you well either.
I've read a thing or two about him when I was in college, and it seems like a wild place.
They don't call it a Feywild for nothing.
Listen, why don't we take the rest of the night to just prepare ourselves?
Maybe stock up on some potions or whatever.
Potions would be good. Potions, maybe some, Orenor is good.
What was his name? Larician? Or what's his name?
Larician? The
Lur-
mage?
Larician?
The guy that was looking at the records for me?
Yeah, Larician.
Is he still there?
No.
Damn. Who's here right now
It's
besides
us.
us?
It's just us.
Well, Melanie's not here, and Leoric's not here, and Saul's not here either.
Where do we go to get potions?
Oh, it's Neve. I'm sure we can find somewhere. Just walk around.
I've been to the market before. I mean, I don't think I can go without you, right? I remember I couldn't go without Kaz the last time we were here.
Yeah, you guys will need a mark in order to purchase anything here. I can get you a temporary one.
Yeah. If we can do that, I can show them where to go.
Right.
It was you went with me. Now that I think of it, it wasn't Kaz, it was you that went with. Is that the same place?
Yeah.
Well, then let's eat and shop.
Enough sitting around. You see Barry hop up. Enough moping. Let's go eat and shop. And as you guys all head out to eat and shop for the day,
Shut up.
we'll end the episode right there.
Next episode titled Eat and Shop.
So, no, we're gonna have all that done before we start the next episode.
No, it has to be the whole episode.
We're not role playing eating and shopping.
episode!
All right.
We're gonna be having drinking games. Yay!
So, everyone, thank you all for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for Chicago by Night. And until next time, everyone,
Tomorrow night we're going to eat and shop.
remember
Gotcha.
One more.
to always embrace the dark. Good night.